What's up, family? Welcome back to A Narcissist Kid, where we are bringing light to daughters of narcissistic mothers, break the chains of toxic family cycles. I would like to bring light to daughters that have put their relationship on pause with their mothers, but is grieving their mother like she's dead. I know with me, going a year or more without speaking to my mother really puts a toll on me. Even when I think about the situation that landed us in the current space that we're in, it still makes me sad that I don't have communication or access to my mother, even though she is 30 minutes away from me. You would think that we're distant cousins the way that we are so distant from each other, only speaking to each other during holidays or sometimes not even at all. This time last year was very hard for me because I was grieving my mother so hard that some days I couldn't even get out of the bed, let alone take a shower. It was so hard to get motivation to even do basic things or basic chores around the house when those basic chores had always been a weekly routine for me. I felt like I was a child again, staying in my room, afraid to come out because of the outcomes. And I didn't want to leave the bed for any reason unless it was to go to the bathroom. Any memories of her triggered childhood memories, even if it was just hearing her favorite song come on the radio. I would hate when people would ask me how my mom is doing when we're not talking, because I would always sadly say that I don't know how she's doing because we're not talking right now. And I hate when people that are familiar with our relationship knows how we operate when we are together, which is never any good. They know that we could be family one minute having a great time, and the next minute we're no longer talking. I hate that people know that they have to prepare us to be in a room together. And for the upteen time, this was another huge reason why I had to take a break from this relationship. But this last time I was on a break, I decided to do some homework on my mom's childhood experiences. Now, before I became an adult, I had already knew just a few pieces of stories that people would tell me about my mother. And as I got older, I started to realize that she likes to hurt me because someone liked to hurt her. So, hurt people hurt people. So, as I was digging more into my mother's experiences as a child, I started to realize that the people that were a part of her life and got her to where she is right now, it was really challenging trying to research information about my mother's experiences due to the people that were involved in these experiences were the same people that I looked up to and loved the most when I was a child. It already hurt that I was losing my mother, but now I'm losing more family that I love that I depended on. And of course, that sent my grievance into a whole whirlpool because I felt so hurt and so lost, just devastated that this could even be that person that I really loved really hurt my mother. And that really hurt me for the simple fact that I didn't think that they were even that way. It left me feeling like my childhood was some type of fantasy or an illusion of some sort because it was definitely all lies. And as I found out more about these same people, it was like the hole was getting dark. So I had decided to ask three people that knew my mom very well before I was even thought of. And these same three people told me the same stories about her childhood, and about what she had experienced with her own parents. And this is when I came into realization that my mom was really sick. She was really suffering behind her childhood experiences. She had went through so much trauma that she never found a way to heal. And so it was like we identified at that moment because she was me. But what I couldn't understand is that knowing that these behaviors were wrong, she still decided to be brainwashed or programmed to follow the same type of behaviors. And then I was raised similar to how she was raised. And I've had to live through a lot of traumatic experiences behind her behavior. But once I found the truth about her life experiences, all the anger and unforgiveness that I have felt for her for so long just went out the window, because now I'm in mommy mode to her, wanting to heal and empathize with her. I felt her pain. I felt everything that she was feeling. The only thing was that I did not follow behind her with the toxic behavior. And of course, I couldn't save her from her behaviors. That is something that she has to deal with on her own, and that she is going to have to want to deal with on her own. And I had to accept the fact that I can't have a relationship with my mother until she is better and she can have a relationship with herself. If she can't have a relationship with herself, she surely can't have a relationship with me or anyone else. And then until she gets that help, nothing is ever going to change with her, not even with time. It hurts even more now that knowing this, for the simple fact that I know now that I will never have my mom. I will never experience a mother's love. You may have a mother figure in your life that treats you like she's your own, but that still can never fill the void of knowing that she's really not your mother, but she'll do for now. I don't think that void will ever be filled. So I say all of that to say this. Maybe you should do some research behind your mother's past experiences, her childhood, because that's where her behavior now stems from. And maybe that research will open your eyes to make you realize that the way she treated you and the reason why she doesn't like you is not because of you, but because of what she has gone through. She hasn't dealt with what she has gone through. I know I remember when I was a child, my mom always made me feel like I just wasn't enough. My brother and my sister was everything that she needed, and it was like I was invisible to her. And if you do have a mother figure, I am so happy for you, sis, because for the simple fact that there's not many of them out here, at least these days. And maybe with your research, she can maybe help you with making that load lighter, making that pill easier to swallow about what you have found out about your mother. So let's jump off of this merry-go-round, y'all, and let's really take our power back from our mothers, or if it's your father, let's really take our power back. And I'll see you here on the next video. Peace and love, family.